no provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone.
President Tinubu's bold move to end the payment of subsidy on imported petrol saves the country about 4 trillion naira annually. However, the move has been criticized due to the resultant rise in pump price of petrol, transportation costs, and cost of living. To cushion the effect, the presidential CNG initiative was launched, directed at providing a more affordable alternative to fossil fuel using compressed natural gas. The PCNGI has successfully converted over 100,000 vehicles to become gas-powered. The target is to convert 1 million commercial vehicles by 2026.
We have gas. Nigeria sits on a payload of gas. Nigeria should use our gas, which is more cheaper, is safer and more reliable to power transportation, to result in at least 40% savings, perhaps even up to 70% savings to road transport users.
Though laudable, the CNG initiative also has its hiccups. Inadequate gas dispensing stations to meet the demands of the increasing number of cars already converted, leading to unending queues at the existing dispensing stations.
Of course, the gas is different to just petrol stations, so the infrastructure has lagged a little bit. But we have, currently now in Abuja, there are 10 stations across the place, right? And across FCT, there are 10. And we know even in this month, we have at least 2 more coming on stream. They're actually in situ already. We're going through the regulatory process with NMDPRA and the private investors. It's a good thing. It's a good problem, but I would just implore with Nigerians to be a bit more patient with us.
The federal government, through the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, also commissioned 5 mini LNG plants in Kogi State and 3 critical gas infrastructure projects in Imo and Delta states to boost gas supply, particularly for domestic use. Meanwhile, work on the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline, as well as the OB3 gas pipeline, is still ongoing. Collectively, these projects are expected to generate over $500 million in revenue for the country over the next decade. In the last 2 years, Nigeria has experienced a notable increase in crude oil production from 1.5 million in 2023 to about 1.6 million barrels per day. Now, this represents 99% of Nigeria's 1.5 million barrel per day OPEC quota. This increase has also been attributed to the fight against crude oil theft, with increased security measures in the oil-rich region.
We are very desirous in optimizing our daily production vis-a-vis the reserve I've just mentioned, that is having about 37 billion barrels of oil against 1.6 million barrels a day. So we are very desirous to achieve that as a nation, and of course with the collaboration with you as investors, we know that is doable.
Because of security, socio-political and operational challenges, some international oil companies divested from their onshore operations in favor of offshore projects, where the risks are more manageable. On the positive side, this has led to a rise in local oil companies dominating onshore operations. Controversially, Nigeria's refineries in Port Harcourt and Warri that lay dormant for decades were somewhat revitalized, as the Port Harcourt refinery has again been shut down. However, the privately owned Dangote refinery has boosted Nigeria's refining capacity with a daily production of 54 million litres of petrol, surpassing Nigeria's average daily consumption of 50 million litres and drastically reducing the country's reliance on imports. Significantly, there has been a slight reduction in the pump price of petrol from the over 1,000 naira per litre at the announcement of the removal of subsidy. Complementing this is the Naira for Crude policy, which allows local refineries, especially the Dangote refinery, to purchase crude oil traditionally sold in US dollars in Nigeria's local currency. the naira. The goal of the Tinubu administration is an ambitious oil production target of 3 million barrels per day by 2030. Experts say for this to be achieved, crude oil theft has to be eliminated to create a sustainable environment for investment. They say it may take a while before Nigerians begin to feel the impact of the reforms in the sector. Georgina Ndukwezainka, Arise News.